Hello everyone. I am joined today by my cat Luna, who thinks that this cardboard box is for her rubbing pleasure. um, this is a video about shiitake mushrooms and their cultivation. The Latin for shiitake is Lentinus edodes. They are not indigenous to the United States. They're only found in Asia. They were first to be cultivated about 1,000 years ago, first in Japan, now worldwide. They grow on oaks and other hardwoods in Japan, China, and Korea, but they're particularly fond of oak. Because it grows on wood, it is possible that they could be found growing in the U.S., having escaped the confines of their mushroom farm. However, I'm not aware of that having happened. My research does not indicate that anyone has found wild shiitakes. These mushrooms seem to be pretty specific about the environment in which they will grow. You can, fortunately, cultivate them yourself on cut logs, tree stumps, hardwood sawdust, and a few varieties on straw, although that is a fairly recent invention. But again, they don't really seem to be interested in our wild here. Traditionally, shiitakes have been grown on logs in temperate mountainous regions. Only in the past few decades have techniques been devised to enable indoor cultivation of shiitakes on heat-treated sawdust and straw. These blocks are always made of hardwood. Far West Fungi, whose shiitake mini farm I have here, unfortunately you're seeing it backwards. I wish I could fix that. Far West Fungi uses red pine for their shiitake blocks. Red pine, that's what my notes say, but I really believe it was red oak. I think that was a misprint. They also infuse them with a small quantity of rice bran to assist in the growth of the mushrooms. It's just another food source for the mycelium. It helps to ensure that the mushroom's fruit, that you get at least a couple of rounds of mushrooms out of this. But in the right conditions, some people have reported as many as 5 fruitings off of one of these blocks. That seems to be pushing it. The standard seems to be around 2 to 3. But right place, right time, it is possible to get up to 5. The mycelium is what mushrooms have instead of roots. It's the body, the brains, the feet, the everything of the fungi. It's a fuzzy cobweb-like growth that can grow into dense mats like it does in these blocks. These blocks are, again, like I said, just sawdust and rice bran and mycelium. The mycelium is the only thing holding this all together in a brick. Otherwise, it would just be a pile of loose sawdust and rice bran. Replicating the environment in which shiitakes or any mushrooms traditionally grow is important to successfully cultivate them. Like I said, shiitakes grow naturally in temperate mountainous regions. What that means is that it grows in forests that don't ever get too hot nor too cold because of their specific geographical location. These forests would also be shrouded in fog or rain a lot of the year. So that enables the wood to stay damp to be able to produce the mushrooms. They don't ever fully dry out. At some point in the day, there's going to be at least a bit of fog hanging around. So in this box is not just a brick of mycelium. There's like a large turkey roasting bag that the block is inside of. And you're supposed to keep the block in the bag with 10 X-like holes cut around the bag for ventilation. The brick needs the airflow, it needs basically the oxygen. It can't get too overly damp, otherwise it won't grow, or you will grow things you don't want to grow, and then it becomes more complicated. But Far West Fungi stands by their products and is guaranteed to assist you. You can email them and they will get back with you with their advice. They want on what to do. They really want to see you succeed with this. That's really good because I actually bought this kit, I believe, late June. And it's been living in my fridge ever since then. I had thought that that would be okay because when I picked it up, they were keeping it inside of a walk-in freezer. And having it in those temperatures helps to shock the fungi into producing mushrooms. It makes it easier to produce mushrooms. So that's also a quick note. If you do this and you get a crop or two and you feel like, it's taking a really long time for another crop to come on out, you could try putting it in a plastic bag in the freezer for, some hours overnight, and then taking it back out. Don't let it, make sure it's well wrapped. Don't let it get freezer burned. So I thought I wanted to get to this right away. But it didn't happen. Combination of life, and I was not feeling well. And so I thought, well, if I just put it in the fridge and I can deal with it when I can deal with it, then it will all be good. Well, in preparing for this video, I took it out of the fridge, so excited to get this going, because I would love to be able to grow my own mushrooms. Shiitakes are one of the mushrooms that I'm guaranteed that my daughter will eat. They're not too meaty, but they're substantial still, and they have this really delicious, aromatic, earthy, almost savory sort of flavor. I think it's smoky a bit. I've heard someone say that they fresh shiitakes remind them of sweet wine. Okay. But it adds a nice flavor and a nice dimension to cooking. It's a wonderful replacement for meat in chilies and hearty stews, that sort of thing, because it still has a meatiness to it, and it's got kind of a smokiness to it. It's totally got that sort of yumminess that you get from eating meat. Those of you that know. But I opened this up, and I'm kind of embarrassed to show you. I'm like, God, I wish I would have done this sooner. But c'est la vie, right? So I guess I will just go ahead and show you. So it started fruiting on its own in the fridge, but it's also got kind of like a white fuzziness to it. This is my first time doing this. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm not really sure if I should just let it be or what. The white fuzziness on the top concerns me. I don't know. It maybe could just be mycelium, but I really don't think so. I mean, it looks like the ones growing on the sides might actually be okay, but on the top, I'm guessing no. I don't know that you can see it, but it's slightly furry, and that's not good. So, I mean, when I opened this up, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, okay, yay, I guess. But then I saw the furry, and I was like, yikes. Now they do, in case it is just a minor thing I can easily fix, let's hope. They do give you another turkey bag. Leave the cat alone, child. So I can switch them out. They also came with instructions, which have miraculously, or not so miraculously, vanished from their box, and advice. So I don't know what happened to that, but I will be putting this back in the fridge for the time being. I will email Far West Fungi, and I will find out what the recommendations are. And I really hope that I can make this work. I live in this old house. It's kind of drafty and has a tendency towards mold. So I've also been kind of afraid that I'm just not going to be able to grow here. But I hope. I really want to. I really want it to work out. So they're wonderful people. Their products are really great. The fact that it's actually not in worse condition at this point is probably a testament to them, because it could be so much worse. It looks less damp than it did the last time I looked at it. It's not growing black pin needle mold, or nothing's green. It could be worse. So I will let you know as soon as I know what they say. And I hope that you all have a good new year. Take care.